What's going on, guys? Today I'll be doing a review of this Ultimatum Boxing Gen3Pro Outlaw training gloves. So stay tuned.
Uber up the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms. Just sending junkie bitches.
Alright guys, so today we have these Ultimatum Gen3Pro training gloves in Velcro. This is a red and white color scheme, which is called the Outlaw. So depending on the color scheme you get of their gloves, or should I say the training gloves specifically, will determine the kind of name. So this is the Outlaw color scheme, red and white. It's full genuine leather constructed glove. The leather on this is really nice, has more of a matte feel look to it. Certain areas, like on the palm side, it's a little more on the wrinkly side, as well as the Velcro strap, but the leather feels really nice and thick. Stitching overall looks really good. I decided to get mine in 14 ounce. You can see it does have a satin poly blend liner with the red and white striping, which is kind of a unique look. You do have the U boxing that's screen printed on the back of the glove itself. This is a 14 ounce glove. There's an attached thumb. No ventilation on the palm, which I wish they would have done. Stitching is okay. Pretty good on the palm side. The areas that I see that they could have reinforced would be like on the where the thumb meets the back of the glove, as well as on the area where the index finger meets the thumb. So the kind of the stress points, maybe reinforce those to be better. But the piping looks good. Stitching looks pretty good on the palm side, as well as this 4-inch Velcro strap looks really nice. You can see the actual leather, the wrinkles in the leather, and just how thick it is. And then here's the knuckle area. It does have a little bit of a lump on the fingertip. There might be a little bit of a deformation in the foam, more of an aesthetic, a cosmetic thing. But next, side by side, you can see the gloves look really nice, very attractive looking glove. I like the red on this. This is kind of like a brighter red. It's not like a deep red. So the red and white color scheme actually looks really good. I think it looks pretty nice. You don't really see gloves that look like this with the vertical patch and just the kind of the color scheme that it has. So really nice looking glove. So let's go ahead and weigh these out. See how much they weigh. Again, these are supposed to be 14 ounces, so hopefully they're close to that. And starting off with the right glove is right at 14.2 or 14.3. And the left glove is going to be right at 14.4. So both gloves are almost on point with weight, both equal to both each other, as well as just the weight itself of the glove. So that's really nice to see. In terms of being true to weight. So let's do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of the Ultimatum Boxing Gen3Pro Outlaw training gloves. I got mine in the red and white color scheme, as you can see here, which is called the Outlaw. So just depending on the actual color scheme you get will determine the name you get. And I got mine in 14 ounces. You can get it anywhere between 12 to 16 ounces with the 4-inch Velcro strap. So you can see here a really nice looking glove. Ultimatum Boxing is a company based out of Russia that makes boxing equipment. They've been around for a couple of years now. So anywhere between gloves, headgear, groin protectors, and some other boxing equipment you can purchase. Boxing gloves wise, they have their training gloves like you see here with the Velcro strap. They also do make a training glove that does come in laces, although the color variety is not as much as the Velcro version. They do have a sparring glove that comes with a little bit more softer foam over the knuckle area, especially for sparring, for protecting you and your sparring partner. And they also do have a bag glove, which comes in their standard color scheme, which is a black and a teal which I believe is a little bit more denser, so it's more suited for bag work. Now, as you can see here, design-wise, the glove itself actually has a little bit more of a slender but longer cuff. It's not a super wide glove, but it's definitely longer, so that actual cuff actually drops down on your forearm a little bit more. I know some people are not a big fan of that. Some people do like the longer cuff. As you can see here, it does have this Ultimatum Boxing logo that's screen printed on the back of the glove, as well as a rubberized patch, which I really like. It doesn't feel cheap. It gives it a little bit more of a luxurious feel on the back of the Velcro strap here, rather than using like a piece of cloth or something with sharp edges. It feels really nice, has a nice soft touch to it. So you can see it does have that Ultimatum rubberized patch on the back right there. You can see it does have this 4-inch Velcro strap, which is nice and robust. The palm side, I wish would have more ventilated holes put in here for ventilation. As you can see, there's nothing there. You do have a medium-sized grip bar on the inside of the palm, as well as your standardized attached thumb right there as well. You do have a full-length piece of Velcro on the back right here. Really nice quality Velcro that's really plush, so that should last a long time, as well as on the inner tab of the strap. So you can see the full length of the strap right there, as well as the back side of the strap. You can see that it does have about 5 inches on both sides of this. It feels like a medium EVA foam that they use in here that helps locks in your wrist. You also do have about a 1/2 inch of padding on the back of the wrist right here that gives you that really a nice locked in feel, as well as a satin blended liner that kind of has this unique look to it. It's kind of like a red and black pinstripe on the inside of the glove. As far as where these gloves are manufactured, I'm not sure. There's no tags on the actual inside of the gloves, nor was there any information on the website as far as the origin of the manufacturer, if they're made in Russia or if these are manufactured in Pakistan. If I were just to take a guess, I would think that maybe they're made in Pakistan, but they're designed in Russia with their specs. So that's my guess on that. Now, the overall glove, you can see here, it's really attractive, full leather construction. Again, there's nothing synthetic on here, which I really like. Now, the quality of the glove is really good. The leather they use on here is really nice, thick, has a really nice supple feel to it. You can see it has more of a matte satin look to it. It's not super shiny, but it feels really nice to the touch. It definitely feels thick. You can see that the leather on the palm side has a little bit more of a wrinklier texture to it, but nonetheless looks really good as well. The leather they use on the Velcro strap is really nice as well. Real high grade, high quality there. One opportunity I saw with the manufacturing with these gloves is you can actually see the trim of the actual Velcro strap could have been done better. You can see that they didn't trim it off properly, so you can see some little bit of opportunity right there with them trimming that little excess piece off of there. Again, once that starts to peel away, that might become frayed. But overall, the strap looks really good. The stitching overall on the flat surfaces, like on the palm, looks really good. Everything looks nice and symmetrical. You can see they actually have some reinforcement that they did right here on the bottom of the cuff. Everything looks nice and symmetrical, double stitching. The areas of opportunity, I would say, on this glove stitching wise is going to be where the seams meet. So like right here on the thumb, you can see that the seams are kind of, you can see where it's a little bit more exposed. You would have liked to see that a little bit more rolled over and reinforced. And on the same side right here on the actual area where the thumb meets the back of the hand, you can see again some of the stitching that's exposed. And of course the area where the thumb meets your index finger, you can see some areas of stitching that probably could have been a little bit better reinforced, as well as on the outside edge of the glove right there as well. Stitching on the back right here where the back of the glove meets the wrist is really nice. You can see there's kind of a hinge point there. One opportunity also I would have liked to have seen with the quality of the glove is to have the glove a little bit more balanced. You can see that this glove is really top heavy. They really loaded, and you can actually see how much foam. It almost makes your fist go kind of in a curved position, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It helps correct your form a little bit. That way you make sure you're punching with your two knuckles. But you can see how much foam they really loaded towards the front of the glove. So I feel that because of that, this area right here could have been braced a little bit better to support the weight, or at least distribute the weight a little bit better throughout the glove. Because I feel, again, it's a little bit on the top heavy side. So comfort-wise, I'm gonna go ahead and slide my hands into the glove. Put the Velcro strap on. Comfort-wise, these gloves feel fantastic. You put your hand in here, your hand feels like it's in a really natural position. One thing I mentioned earlier is this cuff right here. Drops down pretty low, so you can see where my elbow's out. So this is definitely a longer glove, but it's not super wide, which I like. I like the fact that it feels a little bit more on the compact side. Being 14-ounce glove, I feel these are about true to size. Me having medium-sized hands, once again, this fits pretty perfectly with my hand wraps on. I feel like my hand's in a good position. The thumb, it feels pretty good. It's a little bit on the awkward side. I feel like they may be able to have pulled the thumb in just a little bit more. Not a lot, but just a little bit to give it a little bit more of an optimal positioning with the thumb. I feel like it's pulled out just ever so slightly. Not a huge deal, but the thumb doesn't jam at the top. I don't feel like there's too much foam on the back of the thumb to where it pushes against my finger and makes it go to sleep. So that's really good. The piping on the thumb right here doesn't really pinch down. Even with wraps on, it feels comfortable. There's enough room there. The wrist support feels really good as well. Grip bar is in a perfect position to where I can really curl my hand over. And then the finger compartment is pretty deep, so I can really rest my finger in here, and you can actually feel my fingertips against this to really grab down. There's a seam right here. I wish they would have rolled a piece of neoprene or some kind of foam over the seam, because you really feel the seam underneath your fingertips. And just to give it a little bit more of a luxurious feel, to put that little piece right there. That way when you roll your fingers over, you don't feel any kind of scratching against the inner part of your finger. So if they were able to do that. But the width of the gloves feels really good. It's not wide at all. You don't feel like your hand moves around. It's not too narrow where it feels like it really restricts your hand. Now the performance and the protection is really great with this glove. That's probably the best thing about this glove, in my opinion, is the wrist strap. Now I feel like this is one of the better Velcro gloves I've used in terms of wrist support, mainly because of how big this Velcro strap is and how far this glove drops down on your forearm. If you're somebody that's looking for a lot of wrist protection and just want your forearm to really be snug and covered, these gloves do a really great job of that. You really feel like the foam that's on the inner side of the glove on the wrist side, as well as on the back of the hand, together with this 4-inch Velcro strap, really keeps things tied in and nice and tight. Using this on the bag and training with these, they use this special polymer foam, which is a closed cell foam that they use. I believe it's called Energy foam. I forgot the name of it, but it's their own proprietary foam that they use here. And you can see here for these training gloves, they have more of a medium to firm density to it. But you definitely get a good crack out of the bag. I would say that these lean more on the protective side rather than on, I would say, the feedback side. I would say that these are a little bit more on the protective side. So as far as shock disbursement, this does a really nice job. You do feel some feedback come through on these gloves, but you can definitely tell that this foam right here is a little bit more on the denser side. So if you're really looking for a good protective glove, while you can still use it for sparring, these would definitely be a good choice. Being that they're training gloves, are kind of like in between a full-on sparring glove and a full-on bag glove. You're kind of getting best of both worlds, and I feel that they do a really good job with this particular training glove. Now, cost-wise, this glove is $169, and also depending on the color schemes you get, the size and the weight, that also varies in terms of pricing. Their bag gloves and their sparring gloves are also a different price, so keep that in mind depending on what you want to go with. But for $169, I feel they're a little bit on the high side. I feel like if they tightened up the craftsmanship with the stitching, maybe brought the thumb in a little bit more, I definitely think these definitely be competitive. At the price point of $169 though, there's a lot of competitors out there like Reyes and a lot of companies that have really stepped it up in terms of making a great quality glove, but also making a glove that's super comfortable when you put your hand in there. It just feels like it fits like it's made for you. I feel like this has a little bit of opportunity in that department, but once they fix that, they'll definitely have a winner with this glove. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Ultimatum Boxing Gen 3 Pro training gloves. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.